metal and a non-metal. In O levels, আমরা পড়েছি যে they will always form an ionic compound. They'll always form an ionic compound. But that's not true. They can also form a covalent compound. They can also form a covalent compound. They can also form a covalent compound. So this depends on electronegativity difference. This depends on electronegativity difference. একটা সুন্দর করে বক্স বানায় রাখো. It depends on electronegativity difference. Depends on electronegativity difference. Okay. So now let's draw a dot and cross diagram. A dot and cross diagram. Farhan Razin.
Yes, sir.
You name a metal and a non-metal.
Potassium and chlorine.
Potassium plus chlorine. What is the electronic configuration of potassium? What is the electronic configuration of potassium?
Uh, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s1.
1s2, 2s2, 2p6,
2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4p1. 4s1.
4s1. Very good. What about chlorine?
1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5.
Fantastic. Thank you. Okay. But here, while drawing a dot and cross diagram, we would need the shell distribution more, right? It's 2, 8, 8, 1, and 2, 8, 7. So if you look here, you can see that the distance is gradually increasing between the shells. I drew this intentionally because as the number of shells increases, the distance also increases. So this is shell number 1. This is like shell number 1. Shell. There's going to be one more shell. So that shell, the distance between the shell will keep on increasing. So for potassium, we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 1. Sahat. Sahat. Where's Sahat?
Yes, sir.
Sahat.
Yes.
Third shell can hold up to how many electrons?
18. 18?
Why is there only 8 electrons in the third shell here?
কি বলে আগে ফোর্থ শেলের প্রথম যেটা আগে ফোর্থ শেলে দুটো ইলেকট্রন যাবে না তারপর না থার্ড শেল ফিল আপ করবে
Yeah, because if you see this electronic configuration, it's 3s2, 3p6, 4s1. So after we fill up the 4s, then the 3p will start, right? Sorry, 3d will start. Then the 3d will start. So jara last 2 mas class koro nai will have a revision class every week. One class a week, every week will be revision classes of the old chapters. So don't মানে যাদের তোমার না সবাই করো তাহলে রিভিশন হয়ে যাবে, না হলে পরে অ্যাটেন্ডেন্সে প্রবলেম হয়ে যাবে। Whatever. So this is potassium, and then we have chlorine. So chlorine, let's draw something similar. First we have this. It's a nucleus, and then we have the first shell. Then we have the second shell, and then we have the third shell. So 2, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's going to be a transfer of electron from here to here. So this is chlorine. So So eventually what happens? We have a nucleus, and then it's 2, then it's 8, and then it's 8. 2, 8, 8, 1, 2, 8, 7. So this is positive potassium. And then we have chlorine, 2, 8, 8. So I made a mistake. তোমরা একটু কষ্ট করে, you just fix these. Just convert these into crosses. Just convert these into crosses. So that's a dot and cross diagram. So homework. Homework will be dot and cross diagram. For number 1, MgO. Number 2, calcium chloride. Al2O3 and AlCl3.
Sir, could you repeat it again?
Which I have written it in the board. Dot and cross diagram for MgO, calcium chloride, aluminium oxide, aluminium chloride. Achha. Next is Rahana. Define ionic bonding. Define ionic bonding.
Electrostatic forces of attraction between positively charged metal ions and negatively charged ions.
Electrostatic forces of attraction between positively charged
Metal ions or cation and negatively charged non-metal ions.
Very good, thank you. Hey, I can see Isfar Rahman. Hi, Isfar.
Hi, sir.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great too. Long time.
Yeah.
What were you waiting for? Everything is gonna get back to normal.
No, actually, my mom told me to, focus on the O levels or whatever. I was like, fine.
তুমি কি O levels দিচ্ছ অক্টোবর
No, no, no,
নভেম্বরে?
no, মানে the assessments that were going on.
Oh,
right?
okay, got it. Okay, ঠিক আছে। আচ্ছা, so this is ionic bonding. We have also studied about how ionic bonds are formed, how ionic bonds are formed. And then we also studied about the dot and cross diagram. Dot and cross diagram of ionic compounds. নেক্সট আমরা যেটা পড়তে হবে সেটা হলো যে structure of ionic compounds. Structure of ionic compounds. We'll learn about structure of ionic compounds. Structure of ionic compounds. Ionic compounds form giant ionic structures. Ionic compounds form giant ionic structures. The positive ions and the negative ions are strongly attracted to one another. They are arranged in a giant lattice structure. Or they're arranged in a giant lattice structure. What is a lattice? The regular
arrangement of positively oppositely charged ions.
Yes, very good. Regular arrangement of কে জানি বলছিল?
Oppositely charged ions.
Okay, good. The regular arrangement of just not ions, the regular arrangement of ions or molecules within a crystal is known as a lattice. তারপর লেখো যে in a lattice the positive ions and the negative ions and the negative ions are in a lattice the positive ions and the negative ions are
Alternate
Next to each other. Next to each other.
is arranged in an orderly manner. These ions in a lattice, the positive ions and the negative ions are arranged in an orderly manner. These ions are held in place by ionic bonds throughout the entire lattice. Except in a lattice, each positive ion is surrounded by 6 negative ions, and each negative ion is surrounded by 6 positive ions. Each positive ion is surrounded by 6 negative ions, and each negative ion is surrounded by 6 positive ions. So here we can see that, so if we take this negative ion here, so if we take this positive ion, so আমাদের উপরে একটা নেগেটিভ আছে, নিচে একটা নেগেটিভ, এখানে একটা নেগেটিভ, এখানে একটা নেগেটিভ, ভিতরে একটা নেগেটিভ, বাইরে একটা নেগেটিভ. So each positive is surrounded by 6 negatives, and each negative is surrounded by 6 positive, each positive is surrounded by 6 negative. So আমরা যদি, if we take this positive here, let's take another color. If we take this, so this is one negative, the other negative, one negative here, one negative here. 4 is surrounding them already. Niche ekta, upore ekta. So each positive is surrounded by 6 negative, and each negative is surrounded by 6 positive ions. Okay? ঠিক আছে. So next is properties of ionic compounds. Properties of ionic compounds. So আমি তোমাদেরকে O levels এ আমি অনেকটু পড়াই দিছি, but I will again repeat it. Properties of ionic compounds. Number 1, ionic compounds have high melting and boiling points. High melting and boiling points. So compound, melting point, boiling point. Sodium chloride, melting point is 801, boiling point 1413.
Sir, আমাদের কি specific numbers গুলো মনে রাখতে হবে? Is it necessary?
No, never. Magnesium oxide 2852 3600. So you can see there is a difference between the melting point of sodium chloride and magnesium oxide, boiling point between sodium chloride and magnesium oxide. There's a difference between তুমি এটা accept করো না কেন? There's a difference between the melting melting point and boiling point of these two compounds, because due to the difference in the strength of ionic bonds, due to the difference in strength of ionic bonds.